Hi guys, Ryu here, and let's continue with our mech. So now I was thinking that might be a good time to actually fix these parts. There's three actually parts in here, right? So what we need to do is think about merging this and, making this a bit more uniform, because at the moment it's just three elements floating on top of one another, and that will just not do. So let's think how we can do this, right? First of all, let's grab all these three elements, these ones, right? And let's bring them to local mode, okay? That's the first thing we're gonna do. Now, we need to make a backup of this in case we're gonna make a boo-boo. So let's go to, come on. Let's grab it to, put it into backup, okay? So let's grab them again, and let's go to local mode, and now we can think. So first of all, what I want to do is merge these two, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this one with this one, okay? So if you want to slice something or boolean something, you need to remove bevels from the cutter, and we do probably have bevels running on this one, right? So we get a boolean and a bevel. First, let's remove the bevel. Let's see that boolean. What's this boolean doing? It's the inset boolean, right? That's cool. We can actually apply this one. That's not a big problem. And we need to apply the mirror, right? So now what we are left with is this kind of a shape. Let's apply weighted normals, because that's fine. And in fact, you know what? Now let's remove that and let's apply sharpen. So let's go to Control tilde and turn on B weight and apply sharp, and we're simply gonna run it with Control and Shift pressed. But we need to change the angle to 30 degrees because it doesn't affect all the lines around. Now let's run it again and everything is peachy. So now that's the cutter. Now before we actually boolean connect this one to this one, what we need to do is slice this one. But if we're going to slice it like that, we're going to lose this shape, meaning we need to Shift D it first, select this and difference, and you see cutter is going to become a sort of a wireframe object, right? So then we got this boolean here. We're just going to hide it with H because we don't need it. Now we need to clean this up, okay, before we do anything, because reasons. So we got all these lines going on over here. Now I can see that we're gonna have some hotlining issues right here. So maybe we have too many segments on this bevel, but I think we're gonna be fine. Now we got this shape sliced in here. We're gonna have to fix it a little bit. So let's recover the cutters, yeah? So let's recover the cutter from the bottom first of all. And you see that it's going a little bit too deep. So what we're gonna do is we're going to rotate it a bit, okay, like that. And this should do. That's one. Two. Let me see that. Right. We got a cutter going on in here. On the sides, I think. This the one. And we need to apply this one, okay? So let's see that. Whoa, blender crashed. No problem, we got a power save. So if you crash, the way to recover from a crash is as such. So first of all, we're gonna use machine tools, Control S, most recent, and click OK on power save. And we're literally back when it crashed. So all we need to do is grab these shapes again and simply go to local mode, right? There we go. All right. So let's grab this one, and let's grab these three shapes, and let's go to local mode with machine. So Control F, and now we're in a local mode with machine tools, okay? Grab this one, Control F. Okay, so let's fix this one, right? Let's go to mode scroll toggle, and GZZ, and move this one outside so it doesn't hotline here. It's not really important, but you know, let's just fix it. This one is a little bit ugly in here, but we will deal with it in a second. So let's apply everything, okay? So operations and smart apply, which will apply literally every single modifier, okay? Now the problem here is that we don't have enough support lines, but that's not a big deal because we're gonna use dice. So let's go to operations and let's go to mesh tools, dice, and move your mouse to the left until you will see diagonal lines, and let's just slice it with dice like this, okay? And you see that almost fixed all the issues here. We still have some problems that we need to fix manually, but it's not a big deal. Let's move it outside of the bevel. This could be a little bit problematic, so let me see that. This could be a bit problematic. I think I'm gonna run it like this. It's gonna be better. Come on. I think so. And simply combine these three here into one point. And this one is fine. It's just a little bit too close. So we're just gonna move it a little bit further away. That should be perfect, okay? Now what we're probably gonna do is run some chamfer on this one. So, you know, we might need to move a little bit more away from this edge here, right? This kind of junk needs to be fixed. This needs to be a little bit further. This is not really ideal, so move it further. There's a double edge in here which we're gonna remove. This one too, and this one is on the edge. We can remove it too, and we don't need this middle part. And what we're gonna do now is simply symmetrize it. So so select this piece, Alt X and symmetry, and now we are peachy. Now there is some problem in here which we need to fix, and this is hotlining coming from this line here. Now the side lines here, they're not really necessary. We could probably dissolve them and this will fix all our problems. These are also not necessary here, so we can remove them. These are all that cause problems. This is from the dice that, you know, we added, but not really that necessary. You can move this a little bit lower, it's okay. Don't move it too much because you're gonna destroy the curvature. But other than that, it's fine. Now, let's try to, what is this? This is a shadow, I think. Or is it? Yeah, that's a shadow. Okay. Let's run some chamfer on this one. By the way, I want to remove this one again. Don't know why it's here. Let's run some chamfer on this one. See if we're gonna actually, before we do that, let's remove these double edges, shall we? Because they will cause like a weird pinching. So let's remove these. This one is important. Let's remove this one, and we can actually move this one to the middle, somewhere here. I'm not gonna bother with this, that's fine. Alright, so let's grab this edge and see if we can chamfer it. We need to remove this one as well. It's way too close. So now probably gonna be okay. So let's see. Alright, this edge is another problem here, right? These edges, you see, they're on a flat surface. We don't really need them, so let's remove them. They're gonna be causing really a lot of problems with this side, this chamfer going through. These need to be fixed as well. I would suggest running it this way, so it's perpendicular to the to this line. And this needs to be connected. All these small issues have to be fixed before we do anything else, right? So here the same situation, probably gonna run it like this. Just run it in the middle so it's not too close to either of these verts. And you should be fine. Remove this. And the same on the other side. Now these lines, when they go too steep into a bevel, they're gonna be causing problems. So we don't need that. This will be probably much better than this. It's disconnected, but it's okay. We can do something like this if we really needed to. Yeah, it's okay. And, you know, something like this maybe. It should be fine. Do we really need it? It's okay, let's leave it. Okay, now let's try now, okay? So let's run from here. Then we're gonna just symmetrize it to the other side. So run it all the way here and here. It's gonna be probably a lot of problems in here too, but we can just try and give it a go. And let's Control B and chamfer it a little bit, not too much, just a tiny bit, yeah? And check all around, you know, how bad is it? How bad is it? It's not too bad, really. We will need to do a bit of a fixing in here, you know. But be careful not to ruin the curvature, okay? So that's quite important, not to mess with this one. We can actually unmark this edge here, and other than that we should be good. What's going on here? The edge is too close, so move it. Here too we got some problems. Just combine these. It's fine. Jesus Christ. Let's go to occlude mode and grab this one. Combine these, and we're fine. And other than that, I think we're good. So let's symmetrize it again to the other side and see how we're doing. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. So you see now this one gives us a little bit of a highlight on this edge and it doesn't look so flat, so it looks a bit better. Now let's grab this one and let's fix it, shall we? So first of all, let's move this here, and you see it's still too steep, so we're gonna run something like this and probably gonna get rid of this one. Now let's walk around this mesh and see what's going on here. This is fine. This is some issue. There's some issue here, so let's fix this. Just drop it a little bit, it should be fine. Okay, perfect, and symmetrize it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this one and this one, bring them to local, check if you don't have any modifiers running on this mesh. Let's connect them both, and before we actually do that, let's make sure that we have enough of edges. Dissolve the middle one, because that's gonna cause some problems. This one, let's get rid of this. And other than that, we should be fine. So select this one, Q booleans union, okay? Remove this one with H, and now we're gonna have to do some aftermath cleaning. So operations, smart apply, and let's get on with it. So let's drop this above this bevel line. In fact, we could, you know, move these a little bit like that. There's some issue in here we can't see, so go to occlude, combine these two. Another way of seeing issues would be by turning off the bevel, but if you turn off the bevel, you cannot see, you know, what problems you're gonna have after the bevel is switched on. So that's why I prefer to go to this X-ray mode. What's going on in here? There's something going on in here. Ah, this edge is too close. This edge is way too close. So we could do is this. Subdivide it and connect these two. Whoa. Wait a minute. This one and this one. There we go. And just merge them. Can we merge them? Oh, come on. Where is it? Here. No, wait, I'm selecting something on the... Wait, I need to get out of this mode because I can't see what I'm doing. One more time, it's here, right? It's this edge here. which is too close, right? Where is it? This one. This one should be connected to this one. There we go. This one to this one to this one, and this one to this one. And I think the rest can be mirrored. So symmetrize it to the other side, and everything is good. Make sure you're in when you mirror it, make sure you're in a symmetry mode. So D and symmetry, or you can do it from here. And now everything looks beautiful. I think there's some problem in here too on the inside, which we need to fix, and the reason is that simply this edge is way too steep. So the way to do this, I mean, the best way to do it would be to just simply slice it, right, with a knife, because these edges are way too close in here. Like, for example, this one should run like that. I mean, you can't really see this because it's inside, but this one can be seen. So let's see if we can fix it like this. Yes, we can. Okay. You don't have to worry about the inside though, because, you know, no one's gonna see it. So let's symmetrize it again, and let's bring it out, and let's see how we're looking. Yeah, we're looking pretty peachy. I really like that. So now we got this, you know, joint in here, which is looking pretty cool. And all we need to do now is merge this, right? So we need to merge these two together. So let's actually move it on. We need to move them together, right? So GY, move them out a little bit. Or what we could do, we could actually slice this one a bit, you know? Slice it like this or something, you know? Slice it here. Because I think the bottom is fine. Well, not really. Or we could simply move this spine a bit further, you know? This could also work. So we would need to... let's run the late parent on this one. A late parent will parent all the cutters to this mesh. And let me see that. There we go. So we're gonna move these two a little bit outside, a little bit, okay? So it's actually this rim here sticks outside even a bit further. That's cool. And this spine's gonna have to be moved a little bit, you know, a little bit further too. So, and probably what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine these two. But I'm thinking if I shouldn't cut this one, you know, just grab an N-gon and literally run it like that. Yeah. See what I mean? I think this is going to be actually better. And then grab this one and move it inside, so this spine can actually remain closer to this structure. And this is perfectly fine here. This is perfectly fine. So let's grab this one here and let's fix it. So mod talk scruggle or whatever it's called. Let's make it wider and move it a little bit deeper. Somewhere here. That's actually pretty cool. We can move it even deeper yet. So, you know, somewhere here maybe even, and make it taller on this side. So GZ and make it taller, so it cuts straight in here on the top, or almost at the top. Maybe something like this. Maybe even going deeper here would be cool. Or even, you know what we could do? We could cut it like this. This would be quite interesting. So it's gonna give it a bit more space in here. So let's cut it like this as well here. Like this. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, I like it. That's nice. Alright. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to apply this cutter. So smart apply. And let's see if we need to fix something. Well, we do need to fix... probably drop some sharps in here. So select this face and mark sharp, and should be okay. Alright. I think these should be sharp as well, but we can deal with it later. So now we can move this one just tiny bit closer, you know, here, to give a bit more room for this spine. And now I think it's perfect. So it's a bit too close in here, but we can fix this. And I think this is what I want. So now what we're gonna do is actually combine these two together. So let's grab them to local. And what we need to do beforehand, right, is to actually run some loops on this one. Okay, we will need some loops here, definitely. So let's run the loops. And now we can actually combine it together. So grab these two together. And this one has some cuts on it, which means we will need to apply them beforehand. So smart apply, and we need to remove the bevel for sure, no brainer. And let's apply some weighted normals because, you know, we might need them. And we could actually apply sharps to this mesh, which is completely fine. And this will gonna be fixed with the bevel, so we're gonna worry about it later. So let's actually save this before we do anything, because it's gonna be quite a big operation. You know what, let's remove the weighted normals too. Let's remove everything. And now let's boolean this together. So union, okay, hide this cutter and see what we're getting. Now we're getting some bevel issues here, which is fine because we can actually make it a tiny bit smaller. That's cool. There is some disaster happening in here. Let's actually apply this, okay? So smart apply. Yeah, there is a disaster in here which we can easily fix by how are we gonna do this one? Maybe like this. Oh, bad idea. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. I mean, what we could do, you know, what we could do is there's a line here that we don't need. There we go. And we could run a sharp in here, right? So mark sharp, there we go. And let's see what's going on in here. There's a disaster here. You know, how are we gonna remove this? Let's see. Dissolve? Nope. Okay, so GG and move it down without it. So let's do it this way. J, and remove this one. That didn't fix the issue. Okay. This one's gonna be problematic. GG and slide it down. How are we looking? We're looking pinchy in here. We're looking really pinchy. How about we remove this sharp? Mark sharp. Maybe it's gonna be better. Yeah, it is a bit better. We could use some more you know, edges in here, to be honest, to release a little bit of the stress. So we could just run edges like this and add a little bit more of geo, and I think it's gonna just improve this dramatically. Also, this one should be ran this way, and this should be removed. And now I think we should be fine. There we go. That's better. And here is a disaster too. So let's try something like this. Yeah, this will ruin the curvature of this wheel. So how about we're gonna introduce a sharp edge here and sharp edge all around this shape. There you go. Sharps usually help with this, and sharp in here as well. In fact, I think we got this angle issue with sharp here. Set it to 30 degrees and let's run sharp again. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Everything looks good. Now we could do this manually. You see all these small things, so you could run mesh machine on this one. But I think this is gonna be quicker to do it manually. But these connections here need to be fixed, or you will be getting some weird shading pools like this. Unfortunately, you need to do it for every single one of them. But, you know, that's what it is. Modeling is mostly fixing geometry. So, this probably could look better if you combine them. So, just merge them. And you're gonna do it literally all around the mesh. So, I think this one's gonna be fine. This one won't. I mean, this is gonna be inside anyway, so you could just leave it, but I like my mesh clean. You could merge these. Wait a minute. Oh, this is gonna be a disaster here. Let's merge these two and move them just a tiny bit to the left. Yeah, and you gotta do it all around. So fix this. Move it in here. This one is fine. Combine these two. Combine these two. These ones are kind of okay. I mean, we don't really have to combine them. This probably would be better if they were combined. These are really close. There is some mesh pooling here, you see. So let's fix this. Here too. Let's see, same situation, and we need to mark sharp. Same situation here, and mark sharp. Mark sharp. We lost sharps here too. Oh, there's some pull in here as well. Bring it up. I can see double verts over there. That's gotta be fixed. That too. That's gotta be fixed. And this one, so select all of them and press 1. There are double verts in here. These are a little bit too close. These are close, but what we could do is just move it a little bit this way and combine these two. These three. That's kind of fine. Yeah, that's a bit too close. There are two verts in here, right? Yep. This one we're not gonna be able to see, so I can leave it. There are three verts in here. That's crazy. These two gotta be connected. This one's a bit too close for my liking, so move it a bit further. There are two verts in here for sure. Combine these. We could merge them by distance, but that I don't like doing it because I like to have full control over my mesh. I wanna see what the hell is happening to my mesh. Otherwise, you know, you might end up with some problems that you have no idea what caused them. So I don't mind doing it manually. It doesn't take so much time. This is not a bad idea, not the best idea. Probably move it in here. Or we could actually subdivide this and merge it here, and merge this one here too, and introduce a sharp. These are two of them here, two of them here. This is fine. This gotta get connected. This gotta get merged here too. This gotta get connected. These two and these two. This should be linked. Two verts here. Two verts here. That's fine. Connect these. Let's link these two. Connect these two. this should be linked. It's a flat surface here, so you can link them to the inside. It's gonna be a better shading on the barrel. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Combine them too. That's fine. Let's move them to the inside. There are two of them, so combine them. They're for sure two words in here. There we go. See, the shading was pulling. That's gonna do. That will do. I think we must be getting closer to the full loop. It's quite a lot of these cuts, so it takes time, but I think that's it. Yeah, these are connected already. No, not yet. Okay. I think we've done this one, or kind of. There we go. Alright. So now that's fixed. Yeah, let's save it because it was a lot of work. We don't want to lose it. And let's just walk around this mesh and see what's going on here. See, there's a bit of a bit of a shading distortion in here, so we might want to fix this by moving these and merging them. Merging here. This should be combined. Probably is gonna be a bit better. Yeah. What we could do is remove this, right? And remove this one. Okay. And what we could do is run a loop here. So it's probably not gonna work now. So we could run it with a knife from here, like this. Okay. And what we could do is simply slide it. So remove it from here and then GG and slide it to this side. So GG and slide it. What the hell? One more time. GG, too close. EF. So it's gonna conform to the edge. You see, there's like a square here if you do that. So GG and E. See, F, and you can flip it left or right, and the square will tell you which edge is it sort of aligning with, and this will fix all these shading issues here, and we can simply symmetrize it, yeah, so to the other side. And now this is the one piece, which is a massive piece. We need to deal with this here because it's really ugly. This is not good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something like this, and we combine these two, and then we need to remove this edge here. Wait, maybe first we're gonna remove this edge and then we're gonna combine these two. There we go. And this is a triangle here, which means we can remove these two and should be fine. There is a pole in here, but you know, life is not perfect, so as long as the shading is good, everything is fine. So that's a one massive interesting piece that we just created. The point is that it's gonna look much better because it's gonna look welded, you know, as if it was one unified structure, which is pretty cool. So now what we're gonna do is, in the next video, we're gonna work on this piece to make it a bit more interesting. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I catch you in the next video.